Jimmy G has the 49ers in the playoff hunt right now. Are they a lock for a wild card at this point? I mean, the sportsbook has them at minus 250 to make the playoffs.
First of all, there aren't any locks in 2021, so we can just go ahead and get rid of that idea right now. They have a really good chance. They have a better chance than anyone. And then in the Jimmy Garoppolo department, he shouldn't really take any offenses. No one expected him to be back. And we saw this treatment to Alex Smith a couple seasons ago where he took the Chiefs to the playoffs and he knew he was going out and Mahomes was taking over. And there was no hard feelings whatsoever. Meanwhile, San Francisco looks good. Brandon Ayuk has turned it on this month. Samuel is being used in all different facets of the game. Kittle is back. He's healthy. Jeff's favorite, Eli Mitchell, is back and looks really good. They've got a top 10 defense. They're not a lock to make the playoffs, but I would say they're one of the 5 closest to being a lock.
Kenny, there's no locks in 2021, but what's your take on this?
I don't think that the 49ers are a lock at all to make the playoffs. I think that, really the Vikings, are we going to rate that win highly? And really it was a game they almost blew. They were behind for a lot of the game. I don't know. I don't think this team's that good still. I'm still waiting to see more. And Garoppolo, when they're winning, they're really winning in spite of Jimmy G. He had 230 yards, a touchdown, a bad pick in the first quarter yesterday that almost kind of set them off on the wrong foot. He's, ranked 23rd in terms of quarterbacks for Pro Football Focus, tied with Daniel Jones, just ahead of Baker Mayfield. He doesn't really make good company here. Carson Wentz is right there ahead of him in terms of, the way that he's graded out as a passer, and he just really hasn't lit it up at all. I think what you're learning here, and you can look at the Rams as a good example, is you should just never be satisfied with your quarterback position. And a lot of teams now have had a lot of turnover at that position. They've continued to try to draft and sign guys and find the right guy. Jimmy G is just not that right guy. He brought you went to a Super Bowl. He couldn't bring you the win. Instead of just, wasting away with Jared Goff, the Rams went out and got Matt Stafford. They're going to now go out and get someone else that Matt Stafford doesn't have an elbow anymore. I think the Niners are very smart here to continue to turn it over and find a good quarterback because they obviously have some great pieces on offense. They have the speedster in Deebo Samuel, and they have a pretty good defense as well. And a good coach, right? They just need a quarterback.
All right, Geoff, what do you think?
I mean, I think that if you go to the DraftKings Sportsbook, I'm surprised you can even get minus 250 for the San Francisco 49ers to make the playoffs. Look, Kenny's kind of right. I mean, they're not like the greatest team on earth or something, but it just comes down to where they are in the standings. Who is going to catch the San Francisco 49ers? The 49ers are in the 6th seed right now. They just took care of the Vikings, who they were neck and neck with. And, they've got the Vikings at 5 and 6. They've got, Atlanta and New Orleans? Like, those teams are going to get hot and somehow catch the 49ers. 49ers have a couple, really easy games. They have the Falcons on the schedule. They have the Texans as well. And, the Rams haven't played good, neither the Seahawks. So I just don't see this team all of a sudden imploding unless they get major, major injury problems down the stretch. And they do have a good backup in Trey Lance. I think you're actually getting really good value at minus 250. This team is in a really good spot to get into the postseason right now.